Imagine a world where you could simply pop a pill, drift off to sleep, and wake up with a perfectly sculpted physique. Your stubborn belly fat magically vanished overnight. It's a fantasy many of us have entertained, a whispered hope in the quiet moments of dieting frustration. We've all seen the dazzling advertisements, the incredible before and after photos, promising effortless transformation. But deep down, a skeptical voice usually asks, can it really be that easy? That skepticism is healthy, and it's precisely what we're here to address today. Welcome to a no BS breakdown of fat burners. In this video, we're going to cut through the hype and marketing fluff to give you the honest, science-backed truth about what these supplements can and cannot do. We'll explore their different types, how they actually work, and most importantly, how to use them safely and effectively without falling victim to common pitfalls. Let's get one thing straight right from the start. Fat burners are not magic. They are not a substitute for hard work, dedication, or smart choices. The idea that a single pill can melt away fat while you continue to live a sedentary lifestyle or eat whatever you want is a myth that needs to be debunked immediately. Their true role is far more modest, yet still potentially valuable. They can offer a small, supplementary edge. This edge might come in the form of a slight increase in calorie burn, better appetite control, a boost in energy for your workouts, or support for overall metabolic function. The unshakable foundation of genuine, sustainable fat loss remains unchanged. It hinges on a consistent caloric deficit, meaning you consume fewer calories than your body expends. It relies on regular physical activity, prioritizing quality sleep, effectively managing stress, and perhaps most crucially, unwavering consistency in all these habits. Fat burners at best are merely tools designed to support these fundamental pillars, not replace them. So, if you're hoping for a miraculous shortcut, prepare for disappointment. But if you're looking for something that can genuinely assist your existing efforts, offering a modest boost when your diet and exercise are already on point, then you're beginning to set realistic expectations. This distinction is critical. One path leads to frustration and wasted money. The other, to a more informed and potentially more effective approach to your fitness journey. Now that we've laid that crucial groundwork, let's dive into the fascinating world of fat burners themselves. When you walk into a supplement store or browse online, the sheer variety can be overwhelming. There are dozens of brands, each with its own proprietary blend and bold claims. However, to truly understand what you're looking at, it helps to categorize them. Most fat burners fall into one of three main types, and knowing these categories will empower you to read labels more intelligently and choose a product that aligns with your specific needs. First up, we have the classic, thermogenic fat burners, which are primarily stimulant-based. These are probably what most people envision when they hear the term fat burner. Their goal is to slightly increase your body's core temperature and metabolic rate, thereby burning a few extra calories. Common ingredients you'll find in this category include caffeine, a powerful stimulant that also boosts focus and energy, green tea extract, rich in catechins like EGCG, which have thermogenic properties, green coffee bean extract, another source of caffeine, and chlorogenic acids, cayenne pepper or capsicum, which can increase heat production, and sometimes yohimbine, a compound that can help with stubborn fat loss, though it comes with more potential side effects. The mechanism here is straightforward. They elevate your energy levels and alertness, making you feel more motivated to move and train harder. This increased activity, combined with a slight rise in heart rate and body temperature, leads to a modest increase in calorie expenditure. They don't directly melt fat. Rather, they enhance your body's ability to burn calories through increased activity and a slightly elevated metabolic rate. The key caveat, however, is that while their effects can be noticeable, they are often modest in terms of direct calorie burn. More importantly, overuse can lead to unpleasant side effects like jitters, anxiety, and sleep disturbances. The second major category focuses on appetite and craving support. Let's be honest, one of the biggest hurdles in any fat loss journey isn't just knowing what to eat, but resisting the urge to overeat. especially when cravings strike. These supplements don't directly burn fat in the same way thermogenics might increase your metabolism. Instead, their primary function is to make it easier for you to stick to your caloric deficit by reducing hunger pangs and mitigating those intense cravings that often derail even the best intentions. Ingredients here often include soluble fibers, like glucomannan, which expand in the stomach to promote feelings of fullness, compounds that support healthy blood sugar levels, helping to prevent the crashes that can trigger cravings, and even certain herbs or compounds that support mood, given the strong psychological component of emotional eating. Their effectiveness lies in their ability to help you consume fewer calories overall, which is the undeniable driver of fat loss. Finally, we have fat burners that focus on metabolism and digestion support. These are often non-stimulant formulas, designed to create a more optimal internal environment for fat loss over the long term. They don't provide the immediate kick of a stimulant, but rather work subtly in the background to improve various physiological processes. Their focus areas can include gut health, which plays a crucial role in nutrient absorption and overall metabolic efficiency, blood sugar and insulin support, crucial for preventing fat storage and promoting fat release, cellular energy and mitochondrial function, the powerhouses of our cells responsible for burning fuel, and even reducing inflammation, which can hinder metabolic processes. These types of supplements are particularly beneficial for individuals who might be struggling with chronic stress, a consistently poor diet history, or a general feeling of sluggishness. They aim to optimize your body's natural ability to process nutrients and burn fat. However, their effectiveness is heavily reliant on concurrent improvements in your diet, sleep, and activity levels. Think of them as fine-tuning your engine, but you still need to put in good fuel and drive the car. So, to summarize what fat burners can do, they can offer more energy for your workouts, provide a slight increase in calorie burn, help control your appetite, and support overall metabolic health. What they cannot do is burn fat while you're consistently overeating, fix deeply ingrained poor lifestyle choices, or magically turn a caloric surplus into a deficit. Think of them like a great pair of running shoes. They can make your run more comfortable, improve your performance slightly, and help prevent injury, but they won't run the marathon for you. You still have to put in the miles. Now, let's talk about some of the most common mistakes people make when incorporating fat burners into their routine. Mistakes that often lead to wasted money and disappointment. First and foremost, a colossal error is expecting miracles without a calorie deficit. This is perhaps the most fundamental misunderstanding. No pill, no matter how potent its ingredients, can override the laws of thermodynamics. If you're consistently consuming more calories than your body expends, you will gain weight, or at the very least, you won't lose it. A fat burner might slightly increase your metabolic rate, but that marginal boost is easily negated by an extra cookie, a sugary drink, or an oversized portion. The supplement is a small shovel. Your diet is the entire excavation team. Without the team, the shovel does next to nothing. Another pervasive mistake is doubling the dose, or even worse, taking more than recommended. The logic often goes, if one pill is good, two must be better. This is a dangerous misconception. Most fat burner ingredients have a dose-response curve, meaning there's an optimal amount where benefits are maximized with minimal side effects. Exceeding this often leads to increased negative reactions like jitters, anxiety, heart palpitations, insomnia, or digestive distress, without a proportional increase in fat loss. In some cases, drastically exceeding the recommended dosage can even pose serious health risks. Always start with the lowest recommended dose, assess your tolerance, and never exceed the maximum stated on the label. Your body isn't a science experiment for extreme dosages. Respect its limits. Ignoring the critical role of movement is also a frequent misstep. Some individuals mistakenly believe that simply taking a fat burner will compensate for a sedentary lifestyle. While these supplements can offer a slight metabolic edge, They are unequivocally not a substitute for physical activity. Their benefits, especially those from stimulant-based thermogenics, are amplified when combined with exercise. The increased energy and focus they provide are intended to help you push harder in your workouts, not to replace them entirely. Fat burners work best as a catalyst for an already active routine, not as a standalone solution to inactivity. If you're not moving your body, you're missing the primary mechanism by which your body burns calories and builds metabolism-boosting muscle. Finally, a significant oversight is neglecting the foundational pillars of sleep and stress management. These two factors profoundly impact your hormones, metabolism, and cravings. Chronic sleep deprivation elevates cortisol, a stress hormone that can promote fat storage, especially around the midsection, and also increases ghrelin, the hunger hormone, while decreasing leptin, the satiety hormone. Similarly, unmanaged stress leads to elevated cortisol, impacting blood sugar regulation and often leading to emotional eating. If you're relying on stimulant-based fat burners to push through exhaustion caused by poor sleep, you're not addressing the root cause and likely exacerbating the problem. The temporary energy boost might feel productive, but it's often a band-aid over a gaping wound, creating a vicious cycle of fatigue, reliance on stimulants, and impaired recovery. These fundamental lifestyle factors must be optimized for any fat loss strategy, including supplementation, to be truly effective. So, when do fat burners actually make sense? They make sense in an ideal scenario where the basics are already firmly established. This means you're already consistently in a mild calorie deficit, prioritizing protein, eating whole foods, engaging in regular physical activity, including both walking and resistance training, and consistently getting quality sleep. When these foundational habits are in place, a fat burner can then be viewed as a small, strategic edge, not a magical solution. They make sense when you understand their role as a support tool, not a primary driver of fat loss. Furthermore, they make sense when you can make a targeted choice, matching the type of fat burner to your biggest personal problem. For example, if your energy levels are consistently low, making it hard to stick to your workout routine, a stimulant-based thermogenic might provide that needed boost. If debilitating cravings constantly derail your diet, an appetite-suppressing formula could be invaluable. Or, if you suspect your metabolism is sluggish due to past dieting or chronic stress, a metabolism and digestion support formula might help create a more optimal internal environment. Conversely, when do they not make sense? They absolutely do not make sense if you have unrealistic expectations, believing they will compensate for a lack of effort or an unwillingness to change your lifestyle, diet, or sleep patterns. If your diet is chaotic, your sleep is non-existent, and exercise is a foreign concept. Spending money on fat burners is akin to buying racing tires for a car without an engine. In these cases, your money would be far better spent on high-quality real food, a gym membership, or even a good pair of walking shoes. Invest in the fundamentals first. The supplements can come later, if at all. For a smart approach to using fat burners, always follow these steps. First, master the basics. This cannot be overstated. Achieve a mild calorie deficit, prioritize protein, focus on whole foods, incorporate daily walking, engage in resistance training, and ensure consistent, quality sleep. Once these habits are ingrained, then move to step 2. Choose the right category of fat burner based on your individual needs. Are you struggling with energy, cravings, or overall metabolic health? Step 3 is crucial. Start low, monitor, and respect your body. Never begin with the maximum dose. Start with half or even a quarter of the recommended serving to assess your tolerance. Pay close attention to how your body responds. Observe effects on your sleep, mood, heart rate, and digestive system. If you experience any adverse reactions, stop immediately. Your well-being is paramount. Finally, think long-term. Sustainable fat loss is a marathon, not a sprint. It's a slow, consistent process. Supplements are there to support your habits and efforts, not to replace them. They are a marginal gain, a percentage point improvement, not a game changer on their own. In essence, fat burners are tools, not miracles. They are powerful allies when used intelligently and strategically, supporting an already strong foundation of healthy habits. They don't walk the path for you, but they can make the journey a little bit smoother. This cannot be overstated. Achieve a mild calorie deficit, prioritize protein, focus on whole foods, incorporate daily walking, engage in resistance training, and ensure consistent, quality sleep. Once these habits are ingrained, then move to step 2. Choose the right category of fat burner based on your individual needs. Are you struggling with energy, cravings, or overall metabolic health? Step 3 is crucial. Start low, monitor, and respect your body. Never begin with the maximum dose. Start with half or even a quarter of the recommended serving to assess your tolerance. Pay close attention to how your body responds. Observe effects on your sleep, mood, heart rate, and digestive system. If you experience any adverse reactions, stop immediately. Your well-being is paramount. Finally, think long-term. Sustainable fat loss is a marathon, not a sprint. It's a slow, consistent process. Supplements are there to support your habits and efforts, not to replace them. They are a marginal gain, a percentage point improvement, not a game changer on their own. Now let's dive into some common pitfalls that can lead to disappointment and wasted money when it comes to fat burners. The biggest mistake, and one we've touched upon, is expecting miracles without a calorie deficit. A pill, no matter how potent its ingredients, simply cannot override poor dietary choices. You cannot out-supplement a bad diet. If you're consistently eating more calories than you burn, no fat burner will magically melt away the excess. It's physically impossible. Another dangerous mistake is doubling the dose, or even taking more than recommended, in the misguided belief that more equals faster results. This rarely leads to more fat loss. Instead, it significantly increases the likelihood and severity of side effects. Jitters, anxiety, heart palpitations, insomnia, and digestive upset become far more common. And in extreme cases, serious health risks can arise. Always adhere to the manufacturer's guidelines. Or even better, consult a healthcare professional. Mistake number 3 is replacing movement with supplements. Fat burners are not a substitute for physical activity. They work best when you are active, helping to fuel your workouts, enhance your metabolic rate during exercise, or aid recovery. If you're sedentary, the benefits of a fat burner will be minimal, if not entirely negligible. They are designed to complement effort, not replace it. Lastly, ignoring the foundational importance of sleep and stress management is a critical error. These 2 factors profoundly impact your hormones, metabolism, and even your cravings. Taking stimulants when you're already sleep-deprived or highly stressed can exacerbate these issues, leading to increased cortisol, further disrupting sleep, and making fat loss even harder. Fat burners can only assist if the basics of recovery and well-being are in place. So when do fat burners truly make sense? They make sense when your basic habits, calorie control, consistent movement, and proper training are already firmly established. They make sense when you understand them as a small edge, a fine-tuning tool, not a magic bullet. And they make sense when you choose a type specifically targeted to your most significant personal hurdle, whether that's low energy, persistent cravings, or a desire to optimize your metabolic environment. Conversely, they do not make sense if you harbor unrealistic expectations, hoping they'll do all the work while you neglect your diet, sleep, or activity levels. In such scenarios, your hard-earned money is far better invested in quality whole foods, a gym membership, or even professional guidance to help you establish those critical foundational habits. A supplement cannot buy you discipline or consistency. To summarize, fat burners are tools, not miracles. They are designed to support your existing efforts, to give you that slight advantage when you're already putting in the work. They can help make the journey smoother, more energetic, or less prone to cravings, but they don't walk the path for you. What are your experiences with fat burners? Have you found certain types effective, or have you been disappointed? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this honest science-based breakdown helpful, please give this video a like. Subscribe to the channel for more no BS content and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Consider sharing this video with anyone who might benefit from this realistic perspective. Remember, the journey to a healthier you is built on consistent, smart choices, and supplements are just one small piece of that puzzle.